In this video, you will learn the graphing method of solving a system of equations. Now, what is a system of equations? Well, what it is it is two or more equations with the same variables. And to solve a system of equations, you need to determine all the ordered pairs that make both equations true. And graphically speaking, this solution is where the graphs will intersect each other. So here's example 1. We have a system of equations because we have two equations where we have the same variables, x and y. Now to solve by graphing, we are assuming at this point that you know how to graph these equations. I will spare you the process of graphing, assuming that you know how to do this on your own. But if you were to graph these two equations, you would get these two lines right here. Now notice where these two lines intersect. They intersect right here at this point, 4, 0. So my solution to the system of equations is where they intersect, which would be the 4, 0. And we can confirm this by checking with some algebra. If we plug this point back into the system, to both x and y for both equations, we should be getting true statements back out. So for equation 1, x plus y equals 4. 4 is x, 0 is y. We plug those in, and we get 4 plus 0 equals 4, which is a true statement. For the second equation, 2x plus y equals 8, we plug again a 4 in for x and a 0 in for y to get 2 times 4 plus 0, which would equal 8. We have 8 plus 0 equals 8. So that is a true statement. So notice that to find the solution of 4, 0, that makes both equations true, we can graph and see where these two lines will intersect. Here's another example. We have x plus y equals 4 and x plus y equals 2. And again, assuming that we know how to graph, we would get these two lines right here. Now notice these two lines are parallel. They don't intersect at all. So therefore, there is no solution. And that's because anytime you have parallel lines, they will never intersect. So therefore, there is no solution. Because by definition, the solution is where the lines intersect. One last example, we have x plus y equals 4 and 2x plus 2y equals 8. If you're to graph both of these equations, you would find that these equations are actually the same thing. Okay, so when you graph these, you actually get the same line, one on top of the other line. So because of that, we would say that our solution is infinite. There's an infinite number of solutions. And that's because equivalent equations, or equations that are the same, they will intersect at every point. Therefore, they have an infinite number of solutions. Now, for solving and for finding the answer to any system of equations, graphing is just one method. And with graphing, there are advantages and disadvantages. An advantage is that you can see very quickly what the answer is, and you can picture what is happening maybe a little easier. But a disadvantage is that where they intersect might not always be on a whole number. Okay, it could be in the middle of two numbers. So it could be like at a point 4 1/3, 7 1/2. And graphically, you will not know where specifically it's going to cross. Okay, the first example we had, it crossed in a place where it's easy to read what the solution was. But there are hindrances because it might not always do that. So as we move forward in the following lessons, we will learn other methods of solving instead of graphing. But for today, this concludes our lesson, and we will see you next time.